wellbore settlement. Now, this development right here I'm on is a cul-de-sac, so you generally are going to get more yardage and bigger square footage houses as far as how they build this area. So one thing I want to keep in mind is that a lot of people, when they start looking for homes, want to know, hey, do you have a 3-car garage option? Or do you have more space in my garage if I have a bigger size car? Maybe a motorcycle, maybe a golf cart, maybe vehicles for my kids. So this houses in this neighborhood, we're going to focus on one that's well over 3,000 square feet. You're going to be looking anywhere from that $550 to $650 price point. Okay, so we'll be looking at 2-story houses in the Wellborn settlement area. So if you know you're looking for a good sized family home that may have study and have some extra homework areas for you and your kids, maybe you homeschool, or maybe you just want to make sure you have a big family and you have ample space for them. Today, we'll be looking at a house that's going to be a good fit for a good sized family. So remember, if you're new, make sure you subscribe as we release videos every week. And today we'll take a look at this house. So let's go take a look at this and talk at the end about the plan and more specifics and see how we will know if this is a good fit for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this over 3,000 square foot house. And you can see on the outside, it does have the brick and hardy board. And just fun fact, one of the questions that came up from one of my clients is, how long does hardy board last? Hardy board lasts up to 40 to 50 years. So keep that in mind. So right when you come in, this one's going to have a dining room area. So that is specifically for eating. You can be able to sit up to probably 6 to 7. And then to the right here, you're going to see your room. So this here would be one of the bedrooms, and you're going to have this closet space, good closet space. And as I always say, this is like your mother-in-law suite. This is like for your guests. That's generally the layout of these. Now, I like this one because you have your linen here, and then you have a full-size bathroom. So this layout would be good for that individual guest that has their separate area. Now, get this, is you're going to have your laundry room. It's going to be right here. So this is all when you first walk in. So as I go around this corner, you'll see we'll have the stairs, as we'll go upstairs here in a second, but we're going to take a look at the other bedroom. Now, you do have your master bedroom that's going to be in here. So we'll go ahead in there and then come back into the kitchen. So have your vaulted ceilings, very good size room. And you could be able to put a queen, king size bed in here easily. So you have your double his and her sink. And as you go over here, you have your separate stall. And check out this walk-in closet. Very good depth on the closet space. And as I walk back out, now everyone always love, I think, that combination of shower and tub. So you do have they have a little construction still going on. So finishing up some final touches. So as we go back into the kitchen, you can be able to see this is the living room area. And as you seen a minute ago, this is going to have a gas stove. And then we'll take a look at that. Outside, very good yard size. Now, this is a kitchen where you can overlook into the living room. And of course, this is very ideal for a person who wants to maybe like the host to have family events. Now, this here is kind of part of your pantry area. So here you have your pantry. Now, the cool thing is this is going to be the garage. So we're going to go take a look at this garage. Now, they do have the stairs they generally put into the attic that is still down, but this is your normal 2-car garage, right? Now, if you take that stairs out the way, it is generally going to be up in the roof. You'll say, well, that's it, right? Well, get this. So this here is an extension of the garage. Now, I forget exactly what they call it, but this extended area of the garage allows for you to be able to put, say somebody has that long dually truck, or you have an additional vehicle you want to be able to put in here, this is a good fit for. So say for instance, you have your motorcycle, or say you want to have a gym out here. It's multiple areas, multiple things. You even have a plug-in that you can be able to use this for. So that is where they have created, even said it's a golf simulator. Say for instance, someone is a very big golf simulation, or say you train baseball. So my kid played baseball. Welcome, welcome. Sorry about that, running a few minutes behind. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test. Go away with that. And we're just going to use our normal MacBook audio. Oh, welcome, guys. And a lot of my purpose for wanting to do this is, let me make sure we got everything up on IG. Had a few issues here. So, a lot of my hopes and goals is to be able to help guys as you guys are navigating the space on home ownership. And one of the things I've noticed is as I talk to people, as I got a chance to really educate people on the process of buying a home, there's a lot of confusion, more than what I would like to say. And I'm here to be able to eliminate that. So my job today is to talk about the process. I'm gonna share my screen. I really want you guys to be able to comment below and just ask questions. I think if you are asking questions, or even as things come to you and you share your thoughts that you have, that is how we all learn. And what I've realized is this, is if you are willing to do the hard work mentally to not only owning a home, but also what are the mental, the hard work that you have to do, it actually helps. Because here's the thing that I realize the most. Most of the time, it's not a lack of resources, it's just a lack of courage. What people need to be willing to go through to be able to help them be able to get into a form of ownership. So I'm gonna take that out because we end up using audio. and we're not going to let technology delay what we have here. So, shout out to Martin Luther King Day. I think this is a small way that I want to continue to give to people when it comes to the process. So, I'm going to share this process. So, this process has helped so many people along their journey to buying a home. I want to take this out. So let's start at the pre-approval. So pre-approval is, you need to be in a position where this is what delays 100% of the stuff for people. And that may seem like it's over exaggeration, but it's so hard if you don't know where you're at financially. Now, if you know you take care of your finances and you like, hey, I know where I'm at, I've been working on this. And most of the time, a lot of people do that, and they say, hey, I know where I'm at when it comes to this step, Jabari. When it comes to a pre-approval, like that is the one factor that will allow you to determine not only ownership quicker, but where you stand. Because most people always say, "Hey, what is the requirement when it comes to buying a home, and what is a pre-approval?" So I always tell people it's a 580. So 580 is a very minimum credit score. Now 620, when we get there, like that's better. But if you're above 620, then you need to make sure your debt to income ratio is going to be in fact. So what we always do in the very beginning of the process, we take time out to walk people through this pre-approval. And what I found out is helping to eliminate a lot of confusion, but you're not renting. So what I tell people is this: like when you rent, you are actually um like you're subjected to a certain mindset, and that mindset is this: like, hey, I have to go look at the house and make sure it's a good fit for me before I start. And no, that's not the case. And then let me also say this, because a lot of people go through this process of credit repair and they spend tons of money, and probably some of you guys are going to do this. And the reality is, I can't stop you. But if you get a chance for us to be able to connect with you first, and that's why I like in the description below, there's a form you fill out, we contact you, and then we ask some questions to better assist you in this journey. But here's the thing that I realized the most is that if you have credit challenges, it's not going to take overnight to be able to fix it. So regardless of if you're in that pre-approval stage or what people tell you, like, that's not going to happen. Now, let me talk to the people who's responsible and who's willing to do the work. After you do the work, the thing is, you want to understand this process. You want to be guided through this process with very good clarity to understand, like, what is the job of a real estate agent? What is the job of a team? What is the job of people who say like they want to help you? And so as I do this, I want you guys to not only ask the questions, but as you post this and as friends and family members see it, I want you to like ask yourself, where am I in this process, right? Because if I am in a position where I need to do better for myself and my family, then that's only going to happen when you connect with a real professional. So that's the next step. So this is what I've learned. The buyer consultation is kind of what I'm giving you a very small snippet of today. So reach out. My job is to be able to assist you. Go to the link in the description to be able to book a call so we can be able to talk. But the buyer consultation is, my job is to be able to show you not only this process, but give you more details and more insights on everything. And why, as a agent, my job is to assist you and guide you accordingly and navigate before you. Now, a lot of programs that we use do cover and pay for the real estate commission that we generally pay. You generally have a certain amount that you pay as a real estate agent. There's been a lot of information and news out there when it comes to, like, do you have to pay for a real estate agent's commission? Oftentimes you don't. If the real estate agent does a good job on negotiation on your end, I would say all the clients that have dealt with us have not paid for any real estate commission for us, and because the seller has already agreed. And sometimes this is why a lot of people take the time out to. Um, this is why we go new construction, because new construction oftentimes they are giving certain incentive that it's even more beneficial to you, as one of the videos we made. Oh well, I think it's coming out this week, but it just we were analyzing a appraisal report, and in a appraisal report, they said that the builder was given up to about $45,000 in incentives, which, washers and dryers, closing costs, commission, paying down interest rate, like all that factors in. And it is going to be very, very, very hard for anybody to be able to say they're gonna take $45,000 off so that you can be able to buy a deal. So that's why I say when you get to this stage of the buyer consultation, oftentimes, like the issue for you is not, the issue is never going to be you having to pay out of pocket. So just so you know that. And then next we go to the home search. Now, if you didn't know, we have one of the top YouTube channels. I'll go ahead and take some time out to pull it up in the living in Bryan-College Station era, and you can see we're live on there as well. But you can go here, and this is where we start when it comes to the journey. And a lot of this helps you understand what houses are out there, what houses are available, what neighborhoods should I go to. And a lot of people have reached out because of this, because this has helped as a great guiding tool and understand what's available. Now, we'll be changing up a little bit as far as what new information we put on there, but it's still going to give you insight on Bryan-College Station, letting you know as a person who's relocating here to this area, and especially looking for your family and kids, like what are the things you need to consider when moving here to the Bryan-College Station area. And then, of course, as always, what I tell everybody is you can go to our website, and this will be Jabari McLennan, and it'll be at exprealty.com. Uh-oh. And let me see. I always forget how they write that up. So I'm gonna go to another one. Excuse me. There we go. And when you go here, you can make an account. Now, this is better than all your Zillow, and you can be able to find all the specific houses that not only one we're selling, but you can search for what you're looking for. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, you can be able to find that pretty quickly and see what's available. And then also, whether it's a house, you go in there and create your criteria. So we directly linked all the properties in the Bryan-College Station, and even some of this is in Montgomery. So you can create the filters in it, and it'll give us notifications. Why I always tell people that this is helpful is it allows for me to see what you're interested in, and then two, what area. So a lot of people like to be in certain school districts. So here's a Bryan Independent School District. So you can apply that filter there. And so when you apply that filter, you'll start saying, all right, well, maybe, my price point is, I'm trying to stay in about the 500K or less. So you apply that filter. And so when you go into our website, it'll start showing you the homes, what's updated, what's available. And why I like this better than Zillow and Realtor is because it's not only one directly access to our site, but it gives you a lot more insight. So that's always going to be much better. All right. So that's that part of the house. So from my YouTube channel into the access that we have when it comes to a buyer consultation, for searching for a home, we find that home. So the next thing that we do is we do offer negotiation. So, and if this has been helpful, you can go and you can go in and book a call with us. My job is to not only book a call, but to get you to fill out a link so we can assist you in a way that's going to give you more insight. So we help negotiate and offer. So, and we're going to probably, I'm going to pause this because we had some technical issue. I'm going to pick up a little bit later today because I want to make sure I'm getting my people on IG as well because some of the technology issues we have. Um, Rose, you're very professional and impressive. Thank you very much, Rose. I appreciate that. So, um, when it comes to offer and negotiations, here's what we do when it comes to that. Okay. So I'm going to go to, go to our MLS and I'm going to actually show you. So this is like internal. So you won't ever see this out, but I'm going to show you right now so that you can get a glimpse of what generally happens. So let's say that there's a house on the market. And what we always want to find out is, will this house that they have on the market, is it a good deal? Because as a real estate agent, and our job and my team is to say, all right, well, I want to negotiate the price of this home for you. How do I know it's you're getting a good deal? Why? Because when you're purchasing a home, you're never going to pay more on a property than what it's actually worth. So what do? We have access to this. So we'll look at a CMA, and this is going to tell us, all right, well, over the last 6 months, it'll show you this comparables of houses in this area, and it'll go by 20 comparables. And sometimes you want to go a little bit more granular and find homes. Now I won't do it right now, but I am going to look at a few things. So this house is for sale at 275. So a lot of houses that recently sold. So this house sold last year and 10, 24, 25. And so this here, so at 385. And so, that's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. And it's just about a mile away. Now, sometimes we want to find something that's under a mile, and sometimes we have to make some criteria changes to this. But this is what we do. So we go in here and we look at these reports. So when you're putting in the offer and negotiation and you have your pre-approval done, you have your trusted real estate team, agent, then what do you do next? When you're putting in negotiation, um, you want to have somebody who's going to look at these comps and is going to say, all right, well, 4 bedroom, 2 baths in College Station in that same subdivision. That's also like, hey, this subdivision, because this is the same thing we do with our listing clients as well. So if you're wanting to sell a home, but Meadowbrook is not going to be the same like in Castlegate. Those are two different neighborhoods. I can't expect probably what someone will sell for in this neighborhood or the same neighborhood. So that's important to understand as well. And that's why the distance of each one is very important. So, and we can go in here and not only take that, but I can go to search, and we can do a quick search, and then we can search for this property. Let's see, College Station, Texas. There we go. And then what happened is we can find something that's going to be that. So I'll find sold, and then when we go here, so it's going to give me 6 options. So I like to have at least 10 to 15. So that's 180 days. So let's go back at least a year and see. So now I have 21. Now I like 0.5 because that tells me it's less than a mile for this property that is in its area. Okay, so I'm gonna hear results, and then what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get a flood of houses that they're gonna tell me that's in this area, and most likely you'll find now, and a lot of this is hard for you to. So we create what's called a quick CMA, and then this quick CMA is gonna give us all of the properties that are sold, that's in the neighborhood, what they sold for. And because Texas is a non-disclosure state, what happens? It's hard for you to know what the price points are for in this area. So when we are at that stage and we're putting in an offer negotiation, we'll make sure that you actually get the price point for the house that you're purchasing. So, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pause right here. in this offer negotiation. And I want you, if you're looking at this video right now and you've heard what I said so far, and you said, I'm interested, I want to work with you, there's a link below that you can be able to fill out. And also, we have my book coming out, Keys to Legacy. My job there is to continue to give you tangible information that you can be able to use to help you get to a better position in life. So I am going to wrap it up as for right now. And let me see, just for a few technical issues, I'm going to jump back on later today and finish this out. So hopefully we'll get not only got a better picture, but we have a little bit better quality and sound as well. But hopefully it helps. Share this with one person, or share this on your profile. My job is to get more reach, and it helps when you share this with people. You guys have done a wonderful job at reaching out and helping us get to more people to know more about us. So please take the time out to be able to share this, so that as I continue to go on further, we'll have the part two. And we'll be on live as well on YouTube. Well, not on YouTube, excuse me. We'll be live on IG, so that people can get a chance to know more about us and how we're growing from here. So appreciate you for taking our time. Thank you for the comments. And then we'll pick up on Executed, okay? So we'll pick up on Executed. Thank you very much for taking out that time, and we'll pick up a little bit sooner. All right. Happy Martin Luther King Day. We'll pick up later. But share this, and if you want to go ahead and reach out so we can have a plan and start talking about your home purchasing goals, or getting in ownership, even investing or selling, we help with all three of those things. So thank you, and we'll talk again later today.